Yes. Sat Sri Akal students. So today we are going to discuss the lecture 1 in applications of trigonometry. In order to study this, we should know the basics of trigonometry. So students, this is a right angle triangle A, B, C. Remember, whenever you write a right angle triangle, the middle vertex B must be 90 degree as it is in this case. So now we will define the trigonometric ratios on the basis of this angle theta, which is angle C. So we know sine theta is equal to the side which is opposite to theta, that is AB, opposite side by hypotenuse. Cos theta is adjacent side by hypotenuse. Then we have tan theta is equal to opposite side by adjacent side. Cot theta is reciprocal of tan theta. So obviously it is equal to adjacent side by opposite side. Similarly, reciprocal of sine theta is cosecant theta. So that is obviously equal to hypotenuse by opposite side. And reciprocal of cos theta is secant theta, that is equal to hypotenuse by adjacent side. So students, you have the link of the video. You can see this video in detail, how this 6 trigonometric ratios are formed. Once you know that, then we can start doing the sums. Now students, this little bit more thing which I want to explain to you. Now, let us see that there's a person. This is a person. He is looking at the top of a tower. So this is, let's say, the tower. This is the foot of the tower. All right. The person is here and is looking at the top of the tower. Now, students, the line, the straight line in which through which he is looking at the top of the tower, this is known as line of sight. Very important. The line, imaginary line connecting the eye of the person, observer, and the object. Now the object is top of the tower. That line is line of sight. And students, this line is representing the horizontal level. Horizontal level. Now, the person can be, on the top of a multi-story building also. The observer is here. This is the eye. And he may be observing some object below him. Now, maybe this is the point, the foot of the tower. He's observing, from here. So I will say now, the line of sight, as I've explained, line of sight is the line connecting the eye of the observer and the object. In this case, the object is the foot of the tower. Now, students, the horizontal level will not be here. Horizontal level is always with the observer. So again, this is the horizontal level. All right, this is horizontal level and this is line of sight. Now, in this case, the angle so formed, which is below the horizontal level, is known as angle of depression. Like when normally a person is in depression, he tends to think down, no energy, nothing else. So this below angle formed angle formed below the horizontal level. This horizontal level is known as angle of depression, and the angle formed above horizontal level when a person is looking upwards. When a person is looking upward, this angle, any student, is known as angle of
elevation.
Elevation. Elevation word, let's say we say this is a brick. The brick is elevated by a height of, let's say, 3 meters. So this is how we use the word elevation. So something upwards. Elevate is something moving upwards. So here the eye is, seeing upwards. Here the eye of the observer is seeing downwards. That is angle of depression. This is angle of elevation. All right. So there's a little bit of basics you need to know before going into this. So once again, this is a horizontal level. Above horizontal level, the angle formed is known as angle of elevation, and the angle formed below horizontal level, well, this is horizontal level. This angle is known as angle of depression. All right. So once we know all this, students, and we also know what is sine theta and cos theta, I think we can solve the questions. So these are the questions, students. A tower stands vertically on the ground. So better you draw it. This is a tower which stands vertically on the ground. Vertically means, this angle is, 90 degree. This is means more vertically, right? So it stands vertically on the ground from a point on the ground which is 15 meters away from the foot of the tower. Well, this is the foot of the tower, this point, bottom of tower, and this is known as top of the tower. Am I right? This is top of tower. This point is foot of tower. Now he says 15 meters away from the foot. So let's say this distance is 15 meters away from the foot. The angle of elevation of the top of the tower is found to be 60 degree. Means this angle is found to be 60 degree. We want to find the height of the tower. Means this is the height of tower, H. Right, students? We want to find this height. So in this triangle is A, this point. If I take B, C, this point, the red line, if I connect here, yes, A, B, C. So ABC, this is 90 degree. In this right angle triangle, we are given the base. We want to find out the perpendicular, or you can say opposite side. Hypotenuse is also not given. So you can do the sums in so many ways. First is, you can do the sum like you can say from cos theta. Cos theta is base by hypotenuse. From this, you can find hypotenuse, and then by sine theta, you can find the height. See, cos theta is base by hypotenuse. So base is 15 divided by hypotenuse. Now, theta is cos 60. Theta is 60, 15 by h. Now, cos 60 sine, students, sine 30 is 1 by 2. So cos 60 is also 1 by 2 is equal to 15 by h. From this, we will get h is equal to 15 into 2, 30 meter. When we know h is 30 meter, then we can easily find p by sine theta. So, sine theta would be equal to perpendicular by hypotenuse. So we will get sine 60 is perpendicular by hypotenuse is 30. So from that, we will get perpendicular is equal to 30 into sine 60. And students, you know what is sine 60? Anyone?
under root 3 by
1 by root 2.
So this is equal to 15 under root 3 meters perpendicular. So the height is 15 under root 3 meters. You can do it like this. You can do it other way also. Like directly, you see students, this base is given, angle is given, you want to find out height. So height is opposite side. So students, opposite side divided by adjacent side. This base is adjacent side, adjacent to this angle. That's why it's known as adjacent side CB. OS by AS is equal to any student?
Tan.
tan theta.
Tan theta. Don't say tan. Tan theta. Theta is 60, so it becomes tan 60. What is the value of tan 60, students?
Under root 3.
Under root 3. Beautiful. So from here we will get OS. OS is the opposite side, that is a height. Opposite side means opposite to this theta. To this angle, this side is opposite, this side is adjacent, because this side CB is touching this angle. This side is not touching this angle. Okay. So opposite side will be equal to AS, adjacent side is 15 under root 3. So this is also one way you can find out the height meter directly. Okay, or by cot theta also you can. All right. This is we have done this. Okay, so what we learned is that angle of elevation, we have to understand what is written. From the foot of tower, this is a foot, 15 meters away. So from here we have to find out angle of elevation. So obviously this line will go up. All right. Now let's do this one. An electrician has to repair an electric fault on a pole of height 5 meters. Well, this is the pole. Its height is 5 meters. Obviously, this one will not be inclined. It will be, vertical. That means this angle will be 90 degrees. This is a pole. Okay. So electrician has to repair it. Electrician, okay, it's a girl. She needs to reach a point 1.3 meter below the top of the pole to undertake the repair work. Okay, so this is the top. This point is the top of the pole, but she wants to reach a point 1.3 meter below the top. So that means somewhere here. This distance is 1.3 meter, right? Below the top, she should be here. All right. What should be length of ladder? Ladder means CD. That should use when inclined at an angle of 60 degree to horizontal. So this ladder means should be inclined. So this is a horizontal level. This one horizontal level. This ladder, this is a ladder. Okay, this should be inclined at 60 degree to the horizontal. 60 degree to the horizontal. Fine. We want to find out its length. That means, in other words, we can say if we consider this as a right angle triangle A, this point A, B, C is the triangle. Now, students, in triangle A, B, C, B should be in the middle, 90 degree. We want to find out this H. So any student can tell me how we can do? Any student?
Sin 60 is equal to opposite side by hypotenuse.
Okay, sin 60 is opposite. Now what is opposite side? Opposite side is, this point is A, AB. So she says sin 60 is equal to opposite side by hypotenuse. Very good. Sin 60 is how much? Under root 3 by 2 is equal to opposite side. Do we know the opposite side? Opposite side means this distance. Now this distance is 5 minus, any student?
Meter.
1.3.
1.3. So that is equal to how much? That is 3.7 meter, right? Opposite side is 3.7 divided by hypotenuse, that we don't know. So from here we will get hypotenuse cross multiply H will go here and under root 3 will come to the bottom into 2. Am I right, students? Okay, so this will be the H. Now, if you calculate, you have to just calculate. So, this will be like 7.4 divided by under root 3. Well, that is 1.732. If you do it, you will get the height, this H, right? This is how you do this sum also. You can do it other way also. Maybe this is 60 degree. So you can do it, you want to, but you know this height. So better to do like this also. You can also do by cosecant theta also. So cosecant 60 is equal to hypotenuse by opposite side. So that also will give you same result of height, sorry, not height, H, that is hypotenuse. This will be the length of the ladder. So you have done this sum also, students. And then you can go further. Let's see some more sums. So this is the answer is 2.14 meter. As our answer is correct. This is this is 2.14. Okay, this not 2.14. Sorry, not 2.14. This will be double of 2.14. So it will be something like 4.28 meter. This will be the answer if you calculate this. Okay. I suppose, students, it is asked that as it is asked, how far from the foot of the pole should she place the foot of the ladder? Means this is the foot of ladder. So how far she should place the ladder? So this also you can calculate by cos theta, right? Cos 60 is equal to BC by H. But for that, you should know H. H you already know, so you will easily get the H because this cos theta is BC divided by hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is already, 7.4 divided by under root 3. So what is cos 60, students? Anybody knows? Cos 60 is, anybody knows?
1/2.
Cos 60 is 1/2. Beautiful. So 1/2 is equal to BC. BC is the length of ladder, length of foot of ladder from the foot of this pole. So BC divided by H, right? So BC will be equal to H divided by 2. So H divided by 2 is again 7.4 divided by 2, that is 3.7, if I'm right, 3.7 divided by 3. So this is another answer. You can find out hypotenuse, you can find out this distance also. Okay, so we can go further, do some more sums, students. Okay, so let's do this sum. Give me 1 second. Yeah. So see that, students, we can do this sum also. 1 second. Yeah. So can anyone read this statement of this sum?
From a point P on the ground, the angle of elevation of the top of a 10-meter tall building is 30. A flag is hoisted at the top of the building at the angle of elevation of the top of the flagstaff from P is 45 degree. Find the length of the flagstaff and the distance of the building from the point P.
Okay. So actually, it's better to draw, whatever, if you want to solve this kind of questions, better to make a drawing and clearly understand what is angle of elevation. You already know from the horizontal level, this is angle of elevation. From the horizontal level, below is the angle of depression. Angle of depression is normally observed when you are standing at a height. And angle of elevation is normally observed when you are standing on the ground. Remember that. All right. Sorry. Okay. So he says, from a point P on the ground, an angle of elevation on the top of a 10-meter tall building. So this is 10-meter tall building. Okay. From a point P on the ground. So let's say this is point P on the ground. From this point P, the angle of elevation is always upward. So this angle is 30 degree. Though it's looking more, we imagine this is 30 degree. All right. The top of a building is 10 meter. Okay. So let us say this is A and this is B. Okay. From a point P on the ground, the angle of elevation of the top of 10-meter tall building is 30 degree. Okay. Flag is hoisted on the top of building. So let us say this is the, this is the flag which is hoisted on the top of building. All right. So now angle of elevation of the top of flagship means angle of elevation of top of flagship means this angle. This angle is how much? Come on. 45 degree. Find the length of the flagstaff and the distance of the building from point P. This is distance of building from point P. We want to find out PA. This is the distance of the building. Now, this is the building you see. This is the building. Now. This is the building. This is distance of the building from point P. Am I right? We have to find out this. And then we have to find out length of flagstaff. What is a flagstaff? Only the danda. Means this length, I think. You want to find out this length. All right. So let us say this point is D, this is B, A, and this is P. So, all right. So, how we will do it, students? So, this is given 10 meter. Immediately you see this is given 10 meter. From this 10 meter, I can easily find out this distance. How? Any student? 10 what? Now I'm talking about this right angle triangle. P, B, A. Sorry, PAB. In PAB, this is 90 degree. This is our theta, 30 degrees. So what is tan 30? Anyone can tell? Opposite side by adjacent side. What is opposite side? Come on, students. Opposite side is AB. Only in this red triangle divided by what is the base? Base is PA, right? Or PAP. So AB is how much? AB is 10 divided by PA. And tan 30 is how much? Students, please tell me what is tan 30?
1 by root 3.
1 by root 3. From this directly, you will get PA is equal to 10 under root 3. Right? Meter. This is the distance of the building from point P. Okay. So that is equal to approximately 17.32 meters. Okay. Now he says, now we imagine this DB. DB is, let's say, X. Then what is the length DA? So DA will be 10 plus X. Now what we have to do? Anyone can tell? Now this right angle triangle. This right angle triangle, I will tell you. This P D, sorry, this one, and then this blue one. It's PAD. In this triangle PAD, triangle PAD, can anyone tell what we should do? We know AD. AD or DA is 10 plus X. Come on, students. So we will do 1045 is equal to 1045 is AD divided by PA. So from this we will easily get AD. When we get AD, you subtract 10 meter, you will get the height of the flag staff. See that 1045 is how much, students? 1045 is 1. That is equal to AD. What is AD? AD is 10 plus X divided by PA. What is PA? Come on, students, 17.32. Am I right? So from that, you will get X is equal to 17.32 minus 10. That is 7.32. So this is the length of the flag staff. Am I right, students?
Yes,
Hello?
sir.
Yes. So with this, now I will leave. I request you to do other sums and do subscribe our channel.